right, I think this is like the 80th time I've tried to record this video. So welcome to my brand new YouTube channel, The Introverts Haven. My name is Megan. This is Hermione, one of my cats. I also have another cat, Stitch, and a dog, Jax, who will be in subsequent videos, I'm sure. But Jax really wanted to be downstairs with a bone, and Stitch is probably tearing up my carpets because that's what he loves to do best. I have wanted to have a YouTube channel for probably the last 6 years or so. I first heard about booktube channels back in like 2019, back when I graduated from school, from college. And I've kind of wanted my own channel since then. But what stopped me from doing it was a big old case of imposter syndrome. And I think over the years, I've just had excuse after excuse of, I don't know how to edit videos, or maybe I don't have a good camera, or showing up on camera is intimidating to me. It really is. I'm not good on camera, I'm not photogenic, whatever. I could come up with every excuse in the book as to why I haven't started doing something that I've secretly always wanted to do. You know, I came to this point of my life where everything around me is changing right now. Work is changing. We just moved. I'm getting married. And you know, some of these changes are really good, but some of them, quite frankly, are overwhelming. And it just kind of hit me, like, why have I not done the one thing that I've always wanted to do? Like, yes, I have imposter syndrome. I think everybody does when they start. But at what point do you set that aside? And I can't help but wonder, like, if I had done this when I initially wanted to do this, which again, this is back in like 2019, what would my channel have looked like at this point? Would I have had 1 subscriber? Would I have had thousands? Like, I have no idea. It's like, okay, but I don't want to look back in 10 years from now and still, oh my God, she is like going so hard. She really loves this toy. She really likes this toy. But I don't want to look back in 10 years and think, why did I not do it then? Or like the fear of never doing something that I always wanted to do is kind of outweighing the fear of trying something new. That being said, as I said earlier, this is probably like my 80th time trying to record this video. And honestly, it's hard because the perfectionistic side of me wants it to go really, really well. And I want this video to be, you know, nice. And unfortunately, your first videos are probably going to be awkward and probably going to not turn out the way your 50th or 60th one would. And I'm trying to come to terms with that. And I'm trying to come to terms with the fact that it's okay to be bad at something, because you're never going to get good at something if you don't let yourself be bad. So alas, this is my very, maybe less than conventional introduction video. I love to read. I have loved to read my entire life, but in particular, I've put much more emphasis on books in my life ever since I graduated from college. And the only reason through college I wasn't able to read as much as I wanted to is because I was in a very rigorous program that took kind of my whole life. It took every spare moment that I had and moments I really didn't have to spare. So yeah, I got to the end of college and looked around because, again, I felt like I'd run this marathon of, you know, study, cram, cram, cram. And then of course, then I had to pass my boards and all of these things. But I got to the end of all of this madness. And it was almost this moment of, okay, now what? Like, who am I outside of being a student? I gotta figure out who I am now, because I've done the thing. I did the thing I always wanted to do since I was a kid, and now I've got to figure this out. I've got to figure out who I am. And I spent a long time in this weird existential crisis type mode. And what I found was books. You know, the books had always been there. I'd always been interested in reading, and I'd always read, even in college. But I was able to put a lot more energy and a lot more focus into something that I really, really love to do. And so for the last few years, it's what I have spent my time doing. And I just want to have a channel where I can devote even more time than I already do to something that is so precious and special to me. And there's a chance that this channel goes absolutely nowhere. There's a chance that nobody sees this, or, you know, nobody wants to watch these videos. There's a real chance of that. But I kind of want to find out. Like, I want to have my own niche of the internet where I can talk to people about books that I love, and people can talk to me about books that they love. And I can just have kind of a positive space that's my own. So I love to read all kinds of different books, and I'm going to talk about all kinds of different books. I read everything from contemporaries to mystery thrillers, historical fiction, memoirs, middle grade, romance, dark romance, fantasy, you know, so really just a little bit of everything. The one thing I don't read a ton of is classics. I have tried. I know that is a very controversial thing to say to a book community because everybody seems to love them. I've read a fair share, but they're just not really my thing. That being said, with the current climate of things, I would like to read more banned books because I'm the type of person that if you tell me not to do something, I want to run hurtling to it to figure out why you don't want me to see it. So I am going to challenge myself this year to actually read things that maybe I wouldn't ordinarily read, but that I probably should read. Now, I don't know if that's going to be an audiobook. I don't know if I'll read it physically. I'm not really sure yet. But I do think it's important to be a little rebellious. You know what I'm saying. It's important to like be educated about why people don't want you to know things. I also live in the Northeast, and it is freezing here. Absolutely freezing. And I try to make the most out of every season that I'm in. It's not always easy to do that when it's got a wind chill or you have to scrape ice off of your car. The people who live up north know what I'm talking about. And you're just like trying to scrape that crap off or like shovel yourself out. It can be a little challenging to romanticize these things. And I do think that there's something beautiful that every season has to offer. And I'm trying really hard to take advantage of every single season and what every single season can offer and romanticize it, because the snow is still gonna fall. Whether you make the most of it and you make it as wonderful as you can make it or not, the snow is still coming. It's still gonna be here. The ice, the hail, all of it's still gonna be here. I'm not exactly sure how far I'm gonna go into seasonal stuff. I could probably start with taking down my Christmas tree. It is the end of January and I still have not done that because I hate taking down the tree. Like, it is so bright and happy. And when you're downstairs and you're curled up with a good book, it just like sets the ambiance, and I hate letting go of it every single year. I really need to get on that this week. I'm so glad that all of you are able, I don't know how many all of you is going to be, but I'm so glad that all of you were able to join me from over there. Because again, I'm kind of introverted. It doesn't seem it right now because I'm here with nobody else, but, and you know, maybe I'm being chatty, I don't know. But I'm so glad that you were all able to join me from there. And I hope that all of you are able to stick around and see what else is going to be on this channel. Like I said, mostly book content, a little bit of everything. Maybe by watching this channel, it'll encourage you to diversify your own reading. I love to keep diversifying my own. So whatever recommendations you have, I'm all ears. And I will see you guys whenever I post the next one. Bye.